Just a useless pest. The instructor scoffed. Then the honey badger turned the arena upside down. The Galactic Combat Academy's training arena stretched across 3 square kilometers of reinforced durasteel, designed to withstand the most brutal combat scenarios the known universe could conceive. Instructor Zarketh, a towering Kralix warrior with 4 arms and scales that had deflected plasma fire on 17 battlefields, stood before the assembled cadets with his usual air of superiority. Today, his translator Chip rendered his guttural clicks into standard. We study Earth fauna, specifically creatures humans have deemed dangerous. His mandibles clicked in what passed for Kralix laughter. Observe. The holographic display flickered to life, showing a honey badger tearing into a beehive. The creature was compact, perhaps a meter long with distinctive white and black coloring. To the gathered aliens, Kralix, Vexians, Quellan scouts, and others, it looked utterly unimpressive. This, Zarketh gestured dismissively, is what humans call a honey badger, just a useless pest that scavenges and irritates, nothing compared to our apex predators. He pulled up images of Kralix war beasts, each the size of a transport vehicle. This is why humans will never truly compete in galactic warfare. They fear rodents. Kate, one of only 3 humans in the academy, felt her jaw tighten. Beside her, Nox shifted his weight, his expression carefully neutral. They'd learned early that defending humanity too vigorously only invited mockery. With respect, "Instructor," Kate said, her voice steady. "That's not quite accurate." Zarketh's 4 eyes fixed on her. "Oh? Please, Cadet Kate, enlighten us with your human wisdom. The honey badger isn't feared because of its size. It's feared because of its attitude. Pound for pound, it's one of Earth's most fearless predators. They've been recorded fighting lions, buffaloes, even attacking vehicles that get too close to their territory." A ripple of skeptical chittering passed through the alien cadets. "Attitude," Zarketh repeated mockingly. "How quaint. Tell me, does attitude deflect plasma rounds? Does it pierce battle armor?" He turned back to the assembly. "This is precisely why humans struggle in the academy. They romanticize weakness, call it strength." Nox leaned toward Kate. "Let it go," he whispered. But Kate's mind was already working. "Instructor, I request a practical demonstration." The arena fell silent. Zarketh's scales rippled with what might have been surprise or amusement. "A demonstration?" "Yes, sir." "Standard combat scenario. I'll take a Earth honey badger template in the arena against—" She glanced at the gathered cadets. "Any volunteer who thinks humanity's perspective on danger is misguided." Zarketh's mandibles spread wide. This was entertainment he couldn't refuse. Cadet Vorlex stepped forward. A massive Quellan warrior rose easily 2.5 meters of chitinous armor and muscle. His species had conquered 6 systems before joining the Galactic Council. He clicked his way to the arena floor, radiating confidence. "Standard simulation rules," Zarketh announced, clearly enjoying this. "Vorlex will use training armor and a shock baton. The honey badger template will be rendered with authentic biological parameters. First to incapacitate wins." He looked at Kate. "Though I suspect this will be disappointingly brief." Nox gripped Kate's shoulder. "You sure about this?" "Trust me," she said. "I grew up near Kruger. I've seen what they can do." The arena's hollow emitters hummed to life. In the center of the floor, a honey badger materialized, every detail perfect from its muscular shoulders to its loose, thick skin. It sniffed the air, then fixed its small eyes on Vorlex. The Quellan laughed, a sound like scraping stones. He activated his shock baton and advanced confidently. The honey badger didn't retreat. It didn't posture. It simply charged. What happened next would be discussed in academy halls for years. Vorlex swung his baton, a strike that should have sent the small creature flying, but the honey badger twisted in its loose skin, the baton sliding off harmlessly. In the same motion, it latched onto Vorlex's lower leg, teeth designed to crack tortoise shells grinding against his armor. "What?" Vorlex tried to shake it off. The honey badger didn't let go. It climbed, using its claws and teeth heading upward despite every attempt to dislodge it. Vorlex spun, swatted, even tried rolling, but the creature's grip was relentless. Then it reached his neck joint. The armor's weakest point was protected by a flexible seal, necessary for movement. The honey badger's teeth found it instantly. Vorlex's confident posture evaporated into panic. He swung wildly, backwards, forwards, slamming himself against the arena walls trying to dislodge the animal. Nothing worked. Yield. Vorlex finally shouted. Yield. The simulation ended. The honey badger vanished. Vorlex stood in the center of the arena, his armor scored and dented, his breathing ragged. Around the arena, the silence was absolute. Zarketh's 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of genuine surprise. Interesting, Kate stood. The honey badger doesn't win through strength or size, Instructor. It wins through absolute refusal to quit. It doesn't care how big you are, how armored, how dangerous. It will find your weakness and exploit it until you break. That's what makes it dangerous. That's what makes anything dangerous, Nox was grinning now. And before you ask, Instructor, yes, humans studied them extensively. We tend to admire things that punch above their weight class. Zarketh was quiet for a long moment, his scales shifting through colors, a sign of deep thought among his species. Run the simulation again, he finally said. This time 3 Quellan warriors. The arena hummed back to life. The honey badger reappeared, facing 3 armored opponents. 20 minutes later, all 3 had yielded. Zarketh turned to address the assembled cadets. His tone changed. I stand corrected. Size is not the only measure of threat. Persistence, fearlessness, the refusal to acknowledge superior force. These are weapons too. His eyes found Kate and Nox. Perhaps humanity's survival instincts are more refined than I credited. As the cadets filed out, Nox bumped Kate's shoulder. Remind me never to piss you off, Kate smiled. I'm just a useless pest, remember? Right. A useless pest who just changed how every species in that room views Earth predators. Not just predators, Kate said softly, watching the simulation replay on the arena screens. Humans too, because that was the lesson, wasn't it? The galaxy judged by size, by obvious strength. But Earth, small, unremarkable Earth, had survived ice ages, supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, and its own worst impulses. Not because humans were the biggest or strongest, but because they refused to quit. They found the weak points. They adapted. They persisted, just like a honey badger. In the arena's control room, Zarketh made a note in his instructor's log. Recommend increased study of Earth fauna psychology. Military applications significant. Human assessment requires revision. Outside, Kate and Nox walked toward the mess hall. Just 2 more cadets in a galaxy that was slowly learning a fundamental truth about humanity. Never judge a species by its size. Judge it by what it refuses to stop fighting for.